Day 4 of tour was our first of 2 days off. We don't get to tour as much as we'd really like to, so when we hit the road, we try and fit in as many shows as possible. This time around, we were setting out to do 15 shows in 17 days. Days off can be hard if there are too many of them. You get used to the routine, and it can kind of throw off the rhythm of a tour. I think we'd all rather be playing music every night, but seeing as we only had 2 days off on this trip and a lot of ground to cover, we're going to enjoy ourselves and make the best of it. And it just so happens that it's New Year's Eve. We stayed in a hotel in downtown Seattle that could only be described as Zolopht rich. Many nights on the road are spent sleeping on the floor in unfamiliar places, so when the opportunity arises to sleep in a bed for several nights, you cherish it. It was New Year's Eve, and we were ready to let loose.
Hey, sometimes life can be hard, 2016's been rough on everybody, but all I gotta say about that is, I miss Josh. I know. What the hell are we?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Seattle, Washington. Easily one of my favorite places to visit. The music, the food, the people, the ocean, and the fact that the entire city looks like one giant garden. It's a big city without the big city feel. We have a lot of friends here. Family too. As a kid, I came to Seattle to visit my uncle on family vacations, and I thought I'd end up living here someday. There's just something about this place. Corazon is a cool divey club in Seattle that hosts some of the best names in music. Wait, who the hell is Aaron Carter? After a ridiculously fun night off, we got ready for the longest stretch of tour. We will be playing the next 8 nights in a row. Our first show in Seattle was at Corazon, where we were once again joined by the guys in Perfect by Tomorrow. Support bands on tour can be hit or miss sometimes, but we've had the opportunity to play with some really good ones, and these guys are it. They show their dedication and love for playing music in many ways, but the most odd to me was the fact that because a couple of the members were not old enough to be in a bar, they were forced to wait outside in their van until their set. That's dedication. We weren't sure what to expect, since it was day after New Year's Eve and it fell on a Sunday. Sometimes on tour, shows don't go as planned. We didn't play to a full room that night, far from it, but rather to a few of our closest friends that came from all over to see us. We're blessed to have so many great people in our lives, and their presence makes the room feel full every time. It's inevitable that the instruments come out late at night, even after a show. Our impromptu jam session in our hotel room was so good that the hotel security came to see us. We were being too loud for our neighbors, so the security guard opened the lounge area downstairs for us to hang out in. We played songs till the sun came up. Our second night started off with a little stand-up comedy from Greg. One of my favorite things about tour is the randomness of events and the feeling of truly living in the moment. Not worried about this or that, but just being present in the moment. Mojam Mondays are hosted by Davey and Morgan, two of the nicest people we've met on tour. We were the featured artist and played for the first hour. To our surprise, the room was full of engaged music lovers all night. They even had percussion instruments set out, available for the crowd to use, provided by the one and only Dr. Wonderbread. So it was an amazingly interactive experience as the audience became part of the show. After our set, the stage opened up for the open jam session. Many times, like at open mic nights, you're not sure what kind of musicians are going to show up. I watched in awe as some of Seattle's best musicians took the stage, one by one, to piece together an all-star lineup. Every couple of songs, they would interchange styles and players, including our own Daniel and Cody, who sat in with their horns almost the entire night. This was by far one of my favorite nights of tour. After celebrating New Year's Eve and playing 2 shows in Seattle, the time had come to wake up and head south.
Oh my god. Oh god. Not even 10 o'clock, man. My boner doesn't sleep, J-Rod. It's the boner that never sleeps.
Zolopht presents The Sounds of the City, Seattle Edition. That was Sounds of the City, Seattle Edition, brought to you by ZoloftMusic.com.